Hello.
Wait,
Wait, I think this doesn't work.
Something wrong with the audio?
Test. Can you hear me?
Alright, ready?
Online with the camera now.
Okay, so what was the question again?
Introduce yourself and what do you do?
Hi!
Hello.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Samuel Wong and I am the creative director of the Tongue Ensemble, Chinese fusion music.
I'm a singer-songwriter, musician, and artist.
DJ, producer and turntablist.
Urban artist and a graphic designer.
Freelance photographer and filmmaker.
I am a theatre actor, voiceover artist, and singer.
I'm an actress, I'm a presenter, and a content creator.
I'm Shabir and I'm a music artist and film composer.
How do I feel? Like, oh man, what's happening to the world right now?
Singapore has confirmed its first case of the Wuhan virus.
Things were getting bad, but we didn't know quite how bad it would get here in Singapore.
The country has seen a daily increase of more than 1,000 infections. All entertainment venues will be closed.
At that time, figuring out like, oh dear, there's not going to be a lot of work coming in.
It just didn't hit me 100% yet.
We didn't know what the future would be. We didn't know how long this would be.
The country begins what's being called a circuit breaker.
We were scared.
All returning Singaporeans will have to serve a 14-day stay-home notice at dedicated facilities.
So I got the information that Singapore citizens got to be back by the 20th of March. I do quite a lot of work composing for films in India. I was in Chennai and I had to kind of stop everything. I had to tell all my, my producers and my directors that, I gotta go, and I scrambled to get the ticket. There was only one last ticket left in that flight, and that was the last evening flight, and after that there are no flights. So I was really lucky that I got that ticket. And that happened real quick. I mean, it was kind of chaotic, yeah, quite an experience.
The COVID-19 pandemic happened so suddenly, and for us as a performing arts company, we've actually had to cancel a lot of our performances. Our regular Maple Tree performances, as well as our performances with Fullerton Hotel, have been cancelled and postponed indefinitely. Similarly, a lot of our activities like our performances for hospices, homes and dialysis centres, they've all been put off indefinitely as well. COVID-19 has actually hit us quite hard. I think we are in a very fragile position, the arts in Singapore.
The moment I realized that COVID-19 was going to have a big impact with my jobs was when I got a call to say that the show I was going to do was going to be postponed. The producers decided that they weren't going to go on with the show, and the show was supposed to open in March. So they kind of had that foresight that it might get a lot trickier for us to have like a live performance.
For the foreseeable future, there is going to be no live theatre because we need to protect the actors, we need to protect the audience. Right before the coronavirus hit, I had about 4 projects in the pipeline. But since theatre has closed indefinitely, most of these projects were put on hold. 2 were cancelled and then 1 was postponed indefinitely.
I was supposed to go on tour with a pop singer named Lau, but the whole thing was cancelled. I usually shoot events or festivals that hold many people. And also I require outdoor environments to shoot commercial stuff, but all of that is just not possible now.
We can't do public gathering. There's no clubs open. There's no festivals, there's no events. So basically, I go back to being a bedroom DJ.
Of course, we have to start working from home. It's quite challenging. I have a 3-year-old kid. So there's a lot of things I can't do at home. There'll be a lot of dust, a lot of fumes, a lot of noise.
I kind of knew where it was going, and I was actually preparing to ride off the whole 2020.
The arts and entertainment industries have been hurt by the COVID-19 outbreak.
But I guess all bad things are also an opportunity. Put the mask on and ready to go. Prior to circuit breaker and prior to any of this whole pandemic, I think the world was running in a very particular pace, with a very particular way and functioning. I guess now it's a good time to reassess how healthy that is.
I'm absolutely a workaholic, so initially I was really stressed and worried that I have to fill up that gap. But looking at everything, I actually have a lot of time to discover new skills and learn new things.
So what I've been doing to keep busy since the coronavirus hit, I am currently learning the piano.
1, 2, set, go.
Yo.
I've also been learning Danish for about 2.5 months now. Hey mor, hey Vita, my Danish dialogue lessons. Kan du sætte glas på bordet? Store glas eller små glas? Store glas. Our teacher's been nice to WhatsApp call us from home. She'd be like, okay Rebecca, what are you doing today? Have you finished your homework? And that's my baby nephew crying in the background. He's crying for everything. But that's kind of what happens when you're stuck at home with kids. Ayo. There.
Where are we going, eh? No. We used to send her to school every day and then just all of us get back to our lives, back to work. Now it's like 24/7.
Can you make Papa?
Make what?
Can I help you, Mommy? Okay. I want to take photographs.
But what's fun is watching her growing up like almost every day, every minute.
Put the chow mein in first. 放柠檬。西瓜。西瓜，西瓜。
Teaching a 3-year-old kid is never an easy job. Big ups to the teachers out there. I really respect a lot, you guys.
I am generally a homebody, so this is quite nice to be able to stay at home and be with my cats. Living looks like a breaker. I've been doing quite a lot of home improvement. Painting the walls and redecorating. I'm recording at home as well, so a lot more soundproofing for the studio. I don't want to bother my neighbors because I'm presuming everyone's at home. As well as, remodeling my kitchen all by myself. For a long time I've always been complaining I don't have enough time to do a lot of things. Now I have all the time in the world.
서초동 둘째 시집보낸 데잖아. 볼 때마다 자랑이.
I think if I have time, I'm gonna pick up Korean.
사돈댁도 안 빠진다고. 내가 안 하기만 해봐.
I should stop because I'm just gonna keep watching and then you're just gonna watch me watch. Okay. I feel like with circuit breaker I had a lot more control of how I wanted to manage my day, and so I scheduled like, okay, this time to this time I'm working. Good evening everyone, my name is Munah and I will be your host for tonight. This time to this time I'm actually taking a break, which is nice. It used to be that I'm just on the go constantly, and being at home just forced me to you know what, you need to take a little breather every once in a while, and it's okay.
This pandemic has definitely changed many people's lifestyles. It definitely has changed mine. I feel this is the exact time artists should be most busy because there is just so much happening right now.
As soon as I get up, I'll make my bed and then make coffee.
Morning juice.
celery, momo juice, and some lime.
Hungry. Quickly get some coffee and get on my day. Streets are empty almost.
Before this whole circuit breaker was imposed, you had the freedom of the world, and it was more about like, okay, how do I make my content, eye-catching? How do I make it interesting? How do I make it funny? But now, during circuit breaker, it's how you make it all those, but from home.
I think very quickly a lot of us started figuring out how we can expand our craft online.
I mean, this is also very new to quite a number of our musicians who are mostly used to live performance and performing on the stage. Suddenly, we are required to turn this whole entire process on its head. We are now looking at filming small little videos in various corners of our homes. Okay, my framing isn't very good because I kind of cut the head of the pea part off, so I think I'm gonna have to like move my bread box further back.
I've been doing some live streaming here and there. I've done a couple of official ones with Red Bull, Adidas, Zouk and Singapore Tourism Board, but on some days I just turn on my IG and I just go on live and play some chill out music. And people seem to enjoy the chill out music a lot more because I think they're kind of like at home and chilling with me as well, you know. When I'm DJing in the crowd, you can hear the whoa, you know, but then when you're on your IG, you don't feel that, you know. It's solely you just sitting in front of a computer watching this guy DJing. I feel good. I will show off more tricks, turntablism tricks and trick mixing and stuff like that. Make it exciting, you know.
It's a very weird world where, you know, suddenly everything's online. So now we're seeing this incredible movement of theatre being moved online.
They soon would be revived and pondered wearily. God? Well, that was scary. I will do that again.
Please help me survive without my bubble tea. And I feel so amazed seeing, like, for example, like National Theatre or Royal Shakespeare Company streaming their performances. A performance that I'll never have been able to visit live, I'm now able to see in front of my eyes on screen as if it's right in front of me. And I guess that's good and bad, maybe. I'm getting ready to perform an online show from home. It is called The Weird and Wonderful Relish Caravan. An online format and a theatre format will always be different in my heart just because of the nature of how you can feel somebody in the space when you act in a theatre, but to a screen right now you can't. I don't think a screen can ever replace the meaning or the beauty of having someone really close to you. I think it's very different.
Not even just theatre, like so many things are moving online actually.
From the living room, this is of course a new show by National Arts Council to help you.
During this period, I think I see a lot of different companies coming up with ways to still connect and to still stay relevant and still be able to entertain an audience.
I find it like the most awkward to just smile and not say anything. It's like, okay.
So one of the branded content I worked on wanted me to come up with something where you're kind of traveling or dreaming of travel from home.
I'm going on a hike today. It might get dangerous.
We came up with a concept to kind of do a moon versus wild sort of thing.
Me and Sharky are going to hike to the peak of the mountain.
We had to transform the whole house, like different rooms, to just kind of pretend to be, mountains and the peak and like the river. It was fun.
We have arrived at the Great Lake.
It's so clear. It was crazy. But I think that's the point, right? Like, yes, we are all working from home, so we're gonna get as creative as we can and make do with what we have.
So because of COVID-19, I'm not able to go out to a recording studio. So I kind of got creative. I knocked on my table and I recorded it and I sampled it and I used it for one of my songs. Such limitations force you to think out of the box.
So every day I think of photography ideas I can do and create at home, look for items around the house and just see how it looks in front of the camera. I usually seek for inspiration and just look at how light and shadows interact with the items around my house. Also, I've been really active on TikTok.
As much as technology is great and we're still able to reunite and connect apart, I do feel I really do miss it. I really do miss live shows. There's a romance that happens between a performer and an audience in the live setting. You get to feel and breathe the same air that I guess I took advantage of in the past.
I think we are trying to remain resilient during this period of time and to embrace digitization and a new mode of working and creating art. I have had to learn how to let go of some parts of the creative process. It may not be as beautiful as I would have liked it to be, but I think at the end of the day, if my music is able to move somebody and touch somebody on the other side of the screen, yeah, I think I would have done my job.
So COVID-19 has reduced the amount of work musicians have. A lot of my friends, they sing every night at a venue, and now, the place is closed.
Everyone's having a tough time. My friends who are DJing, some of them were like, oh, I'm just gonna do some Grab food at the time being, and some of them just sign up to be a social distancing ambassador as well, just so that they could have some financial relief.
I signed up with McDonald's, but then the sway thing was that as soon as I signed up for McDonald's closed down because their employees got COVID-19. So I think for those of us who are not filling up our time in other ways, we're spending more time to do projects from home to keep ourselves busy and still provide some sense of entertainment or joy to people who are stuck at home.
I think being trapped in your homes for so long, sometimes you feel like a hamster in a cage. The pipa in itself actually allowed me to remember what it was like to feel human. Because music has the ability to say things in which words cannot actually say. And it can actually mean so many different things to so many different people. And so I think music, the arts, are things that actually can bring us together during this time of adversity.
I'm working on a project called the Lockdown EP. All the songs are written to document the human condition during a pandemic. On the way back and in Chennai, I saw that, we're not psychologically prepared for something of this scale. So I thought maybe I should write a song about it. And I started writing Yeruvum, asking people to stay calm and stay united so that we can rise against the odds.
So this is the melody for Yeruvum.
So Yeruvum has got a little dance routine and we call it the signature step. So for the music video of Yeruvum, I got the celebrities to, dance and mime the lyrics. There were some artists who found it difficult. Like, for an example, Farka Fast told me that, bro, I need a bit more time because, I need to rehearse the steps. Bobby Tonelli came back to me and he said that, man, I'm not able to do this, man. Can I just stick to miming? I thought that, getting all these celebrities from Singapore and Malaysia and India and getting them to dance and mime the song would actually cheer people up, and that's what it did.
Films, music videos keep you entertained and keep you sane and keep your mentality out of the circuit breaker mode. So personally, I think art is very important.
See, I almost serious.
You sure there's back, Make sure there's no pipes.
I'm currently working on a sculpture with Chloe. We generate a lot of rubbish, trash, like used boxes, toilet rolls. I think besides throwing them in the recycle bin, I start to build something creative.
And this robot fight virus?
No.
No. Kill bacteria?
No.
Play with you?
Yeah.
It's really good for her and she's having fun. Let her know that actually these things have a second chance.
Look, robot face.
Thank you. You paint me so beautiful.
Up, upwards, where nothing whispers but the show. I'm currently working on my new single titled Flags. The song is about climate issues, but more importantly, I guess, is that message of our very, very fragile mortality and how clearly, especially in these times, humans aren't the center of the universe. I guess we thought we could escape a pandemic like this, but we're not above it. And I guess it's times like this that we need to start turning to things to build resilience, and I think arts is one really good way to be able to build resilience, create empathy and understanding. So I guess now is a great time to question, what can we do? How can we be part of it? And how can we help? Sync. Artist on Stage, lockdown collaboration track.
I feel it somehow. This crazy magic feeling in this lockdown. It ain't so bad, baby, when you're around. You're around. Artists on stage, making magic of the face. It's the